Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out.
All right, we back. Errol Spence, he reveals that he has actually a detached retina, okay? Let's talk about it. And I want to say shout out to Eat Right Guy. I'll go subscribe to his channel. He gave us the 411, the difference between a tear and a retina. He said if you have a retina tear, or you have a tear in the eye, a retina tear, if you have a tear, it would just, he wouldn't have had a patch. He said it's like a 5-minute procedure to heal the eye. He said he knew when he had a patch that he had a retina tear. Now, Spence being out and about, it seems like he has a bottom retina tear, I think he said. But you'll subscribe to Eat Right Guy. I'll put his picture on the channel on the screen. But he said when it's at the top, you got to lay on your stomach, and they had to put like a bubble burst in there to hold your eye in place for 2 to 4 weeks. So he may have had a bottom one. The bottom one, they put some silicone in there. But he back out doing Errol Spence thing, as you see in the picture. He talked to Mike Coppinger, said Spence says he's grateful he caught an eye injury in time before it threatened his career. On ESPN, he also revealed how he got the eye injury, so let's get to it. Check out the welterweight and boxing news playlist. He said Errol Spence suffered a retina detachment break in his left eye during the sparring weeks before his scheduled fight with Manny Pacquiao, 31-year-old unified welterweight champion told ESPN. He said during the session at the World Boxing Gym in downtown Dallas, Spence said he felt something amiss, stopped the session and stated, my eye. Despite his left eye not being right, Spence told ESPN he sparred again 2 days later, and then during the pre-scheduled medical checkup in Dallas, it was in Dallas, not Vegas. They said it was in Vegas. The following days, his fears were confirmed as his doctors said Spence's eye looked like a dark cloud. Spence, 27-0 with 21 big ones, was told not to spar until his eye was examined by an eye specialist. Quote, you don't want to lose your eye, doctor warned him. After consulting with PBC founder Al Heyman, Spence immediately traveled to Las Vegas on August 8th for comprehensive pre-fight medical testing. The eye exam was conducted August 9th by ophthalmologist Dr. F. Kelly, who told him he couldn't fight and reiterated, you got to fix this ASAP. So, sound like Al Heyman convinced him to go to a doctor, and that's with somebody who got your well-being and not his money, his best interest. So, that same day, Ugas stepped up to fight Pacquiao. Hold on. It was the diagnosis of a retina detachment break. Spence, ESPN's number 4 pound-for-pound boxer, was deemed unfit to fight, canceling the biggest event of his career in August 21st pay-per-view with Pacquiao. Spence returned to Dallas following day and underwent surgery, and an air bubble was placed on his. So it's the top. If it's an air bubble, it's placed on the top of the eye. So yeah, he supposed to lay flat most of the time, according to E-Right Guy. So apparently he didn't listen. That's what it sounded like. He heard his eye, said my eye started back sparring. Then they said during the pre-fight medical checkup in Dallas. So that's why he got a couple opinions. So he said, quote, I'm grateful. But the same day, Ugas stepped up to fight Pacquiao on 11-day notice. Then on Saturday, Ugas scored a big upset. Surely spoiling the prospects of Pacquiao Spence fight for good. Not necessarily, because he could rematch Ugas and get it back, but we all know what Spence gonna do to him. He gonna put the hurt on him. But he said, quote, I'm grateful. Spence said, quote, I'm grateful that I caught it. It's a career-ending injury for a lot of other boxers. Spence told ESPN his first public comments since the surgery. A lot of them don't get checked up. Even if this would have happened early in the training camp, I would have still tried to spar and anything like that. It probably would have damaged it permanently. Quote, I'm grateful it happened when it happened. I caught it sooner than later, and another chance at what I love to do. And so my thing is this, a lot of us guys, man, this has no barriers as far as ethnic background or color. When something go wrong, man, we gotta go get checked up. Facts. When something go wrong, we gotta go see what happened, man. Honestly, man. If our legs starting to hurt, our arms starting to hurt, we starting to breathe, we gotta, and that's why people that are married, that's the benefit about being married, that until somebody care about you, compassionate about you. That's why people that get married, they live longer. Look it up. People that's married live longer because they partner, significant other, mostly a woman, encourage them to go to the hospital. But on average, women live longer than men. We can talk about that. It's a different name. Now he says, now Spence, he said, I'm just grateful that it happened when it happened. Spence now prepared for yet another return from catastrophe. I think that's what it was. In October 19, he scratched his Lamborghini. We don't need to go beat the old dead horse. Nevada requires an ophthalmologist exam. Texas, where the Garcia fight took place, only requires optometrist. I don't know optometrist. I don't know what's the fucking difference. Let's see. Let's see real quick. So, he said, doctor of optometry. Americans' primary eye healthcare providers are frontline for eye and vision care, exam, diagnose, test, and treat and manage disease and disorder. So, what's the fucking difference? Let's pull it up. What's the difference between optometrists and ophthalmologists? Optometrists are eye care professionals who provide primary vision care ranging from sight testing to correction and diagnose, treatment and management of vision. And an optimist is not a medical doctor. So, okay, that's the difference. There's a doctor. It's kind of like probably like a vet assistant or something like that. He said, quote, I didn't have a little curtain in my, I did have a little curtain, not in my eyesight, but in my peripheral like a shadow. Spence said, ESPN's number 147 pound fighter said his eye before the air bubble was wrapped around it. Quote, I wasn't seeing that after sparring and things like that. Me just being a boxer, being young, I didn't want to say anything about that, but my doctor asked me if something was wrong with my vision on my left side because my left eye looked like a shadow. The retina detachment first comprised from your peripheral vision before moving to the center. Luckily, Spence's injury was discovered before it happened. Quote, if it gets to the center of my eye, it will get worse. Spence told the doctors, quote, Spence told my doctor, quote, if you would have got hit or anything, it would have gotten worse than that. Detached retina isn't all that uncommon to the fight game. Sugar Ray Leonard underwent surgery for the injury in 1982, subsequently announced his retirement 2 years later. He's back in the ring. Leonard fought 7 more times, including Robert Hagler in 87 before his final bout in 97. After Marash, 3-division champion, suffered detached retina in both eyes. The left eye underwent surgery in 2018. He returned 1 year later and won a title in 2010 before a scheduled fight with Gervonta Davis in 2019. Surgery was performed on his eye, and he hasn't competed since, remaining training at the comeback. And then there's Michael Bisping, the fighter. There was a UFC fighter who had the same thing. He started training too early and lost his eyesight. He went blind in his eye. Spence says of the former UFC middleweight champion, quote, my doctor tells me take it easy or just chill. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to push it or anything like I'm Superman. Something go wrong, I'm going to listen to the doctor and hopefully make a full recovery. Hopefully. And that's what it is about detached retina. For now, Spence restricted from doing anything remotely strenuous. No strength and condition or running, definitely no sparring. Quote, I can't do nothing but walk. Spence says, I got to sleep on my left side. You got to sleep on the side? Okay, probably get the shit flowing. I got to put eye drops in. I know I can't spar for probably like 2 months, but I'm optimistic about I can start jogging. Hopefully that will be in the next 3 weeks or so. So he talking about sparring in 2 months. Nobody. He already trying to rush it. He already trying to fucking rush it. He talking about sparring in 2 months. Nigga, he should sit his ass down as long as he needs to sit it down. Because if you suffered that shit in sparring, it wasn't a fight where you suffered a traumatic experience. You suffered it in a fight. He said, despite criticism, they said from the boxer, Black and Blue, Brian Hopkins on social media, there's no doubt in the legitimacy of his injury. Spence gave Nevada State Commission to publicly discuss his medical condition, who confirmed the details of the severity of the injury in an email to ESPN. So, like I said before, he wanted to put the shit out there so people know he was being honest. You know, he says freaking Manny Pacquiao, future Hall of Famer, future undoubtedly top 10 all the time. Spence said he's not top 10. You know what kills me? We talked about this. We probably talk about this tonight about Floyd. Is that, man, y'all got to stop telling niggas stop top 10 and you only know the fucking fighters of this generation. When you talk about the great fighters and like Archie Moore, when you talking about George Foreman, Sonny Liston, you know, other guys, Floyd Patterson, you ain't never seen George Foreman in his prime, Michael Moore, Michael Spinks, Ken Norton, Ernie Shavers. Who else we got? Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Carmen Brasilia, Jake LaMotta. I mean, you had a lot of great fighters that a lot of people ain't seen in day in the day. James Toney, Roy Jones. They say him or Floyd Pacquiao was top 10. I don't agree with that statement. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree. I've seen so many great fighters on tape that were better than them. And that's my humble opinion. They just popular. You know, I think Sergio Martinez was better than both of them. That's just my honest opinion. Sugar Ray Robinson, you know, Muhammad Ali and Jesus Christ, man. It's just my humble opinion. But you gotta just stop saying niggas top 10 and like, niggas ain't no top 10, man. They was good for the internet era and marinating shit, but that's just my opinion. But he said, one of the great fighters, and I dropped out the fight with him 2 weeks before the fight. That don't make sense. Not mentioning all the money we would made off the review. I called him out 2 years ago in the ring. Not like he handpicked me. I've been asking for the fight. The opportunity to track a legend on his resume has likely passed Spence by, but he still has a chance the resume come back and nothing. All right, my thing is this. Go learn about, if you don't go back or you ain't lived through them eras about great fighters, stop telling niggas top 10, top 5, top 50, and you don't know shit. You don't even know 50 fighters from post 2000. Or a lot of you niggas know pre-2000s. You know, you got Pernell Whitaker, Felix Trinidad, Vernon Forrest, Costa Tszyu. Costa Tszyu and Vernon Forrest had my favorite Olympic fight, the Rice, gold medal fight, great fight. You know, all this shit, man. Diego Chavez and Castillo, and they just, man, come on, man. A lot of great fighters, and a lot of fighters that didn't get the credit that they deserve. So we gotta start making top 10 and all-time fucking lists, man. Like y'all know what's going on. Stop it. Stop it. I studied the sport. I might not be the most knowledgeable about history, cause shit, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I watched all the motherfuckers fight, from Bersillo to Jake LaMotta to a lot of them fighters on Murderers Row. So Black Murderers Row, watch them. But yeah, like I said before, man, it is what it is. You don't owe us an explanation or nothing like that. It's a 1,000 other fucking injuries to fake. All right, it's 1,000 other injuries to fake. You're not faking an eye injury. You ain't faking a break. You ain't faking a tear. You ain't faking a detachment. You ain't faking your eye fell out. You can fake a foot injury. You can fake a wrist injury, but you're not faking an eye injury. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold says so. And the commission not gonna jeopardize that shit for Spence. Maybe Mayweather, maybe Canelo, maybe Oscar, but not Spence. But that's just what it is, man. And like I said before, man, he talking about sparring in 2 months. No, nigga, he need to sit his ass down for 6 months minimum, because the injury happened in sparring. If you look at, let's see if we can find that Spence sparring video. Let's see if we can find that video, because I want to see something. So if you look at the cage, if you look at the headgear that he's wearing, if you look at the hair, and you know why they leaked that video out, and I said this before, and they leaked that video out because that's the sparring session. One of those sparring sessions is the one he suffered the leak in. And they wanted everybody to see that he actually got hurt. But you know what? It's hard to suffer a torn retina with the headgear that he's wearing. That's hard, man. And he didn't have the full enclosure, because you got the full enclosure headgear for boxing. And the full enclosure, they got a couple of them, but he got the partial enclosure. They got a full enclosure that covers that just your eyesight. And I know the headgear probably fuck with your peripheral, right? But he didn't have the full enclosure in. You know, he had the enclosure that didn't cover this shit up. That's what it was. Oh. Alright, sorry, I had a phone call. But like I said before, man, he need to take that shit slow down. But when you got that enclosure on your head, that's where we was at. When you got that enclosure on your head, hold on. When you got that enclosure on your head, the full enclosure, it kind of take away your peripheral, but you know, it won't, you know, you won't get injured. And people need to understand, for him to admit that he got injured in sparring, I think that's something he shouldn't have said. Because, you know, you won't fake it on injury, so you don't owe nobody respect. But he shouldn't have said that. For him to be the deal with that in sparring, to get punched with the type of enclosure that was on his hand, for that to happen from sparring, all his opponents, usually his opponents that'll be scared to get hit, that's probably willing to quit or you get stopped and stay down. They gonna now get off that canvas. They not gonna strap their nuts on and gonna be willing to take that punishment. because now they know, like, if I hit that fucking 9, that's his lead eye, it's over with. If he get hit in sparring by nobody, and the guy they showed in the sparring video was said that's the guy that blood sparring, he killed him. Like I said before, man, that's a scary thing to do. To think he had an injury from the eye. It could have been an elbow, it could have been a punch, it could have been a headbutt, it could have, and that's your lead eye. A lot of fighters now, like it's like knowing you ain't got no chin. A lot of fighters gonna try even harder. And right now, for him, he shouldn't have admitted that came in sparring. I know he felt that he owed the public explanation, but no way you gonna fake an eye injury. All the injuries, you gonna fake an eye injury. So, like I said before, hopefully he make a full recovery, able to feed his family. But as a boxer, I hold him responsible for being Keith Thurman Jr., holding up the division. That's just my opinion on that. But as a man, I hope he feeds and support his family and continue to make money. But as a boxer fan, I don't really respect him like that. But I respect him as a fighter, as a skill level. But the way they had him hold that division up, man, and Al Heyman don't have a star to show for it. If he had stars, like I did this shit with Paul Imanaji, I did this shit with who else he got? Who was before him? I did this with Vernon Phillips. I did this with Shane Mosley. I did this with Oscar De La Hoya. His method or his he doesn't know how to build a star. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media subscription. Twitter's the fastest way. Facebook and Instagram. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request. We're going to advertise on the channel, make a financial donation, Cash App CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. All the information in the description, especially if you want links and stuff. But best way to donate, thumbs up, share the video. Appreciate the love and support. Check the welterweight and boxing playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace. Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members only live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you know, if you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. No, instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.